Hey, welcome to the How to Podcast series. It's the Daily Dave. It's Dave with you. Hope you're doing well. One thing I'm noticing, it's interesting. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one thing, if we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Dave. Nice to meet you. I podcast during the day, and then I work an overnight shift at a warehouse type setting, and where I work, I'm allowed to listen to podcasts because we have free Wi-Fi, and I can have one earbud, not two, but one. And I can listen to podcasts. So I get in 40 hours a week of podcast listening enjoyment while I do my job. And listening at work, I get to blow through a crap ton amount of podcasting, that's an actual measurement now, crap ton. And as I listen to podcasts, I follow the journey of a podcaster, and I hear them start. I hear them kind of work their way through their show. And then over time, I hear some podcasters, unfortunately, hang it up. And they're like, you know what? It wasn't what I wanted. Life changed. Something happened, and I'm not going to be podcasting anymore. And you get that final episode of goodbye. Don't panic. I'm not doing a goodbye episode. But what I've noticed is some of the reasons why people are leaving their show after podcasting for a long time. I'm not talking about the 5 to 10 episode span of time, because many podcasters give up in a short window with their show, and it's not exactly what they wanted it to be, and they're not getting the fame and accolades they thought. They didn't win a podcast award after 4 episodes, and they haven't made $100,000, and they don't have 2 million followers. All those numbers that people love to throw around. I've had none of those as well, by the way, and I'm still here, in my 4th year, or coming up to 4 years with the show, and still working and not making any money directly from my podcast. But I'm still here. And when I hear people leaving, I'm sad for them, because I know that this was a passion project for them. This was something that they really enjoyed doing. They loved putting it out into the world, and it brought them joy to get behind the microphone and record an episode, and I'm sad for them in that moment. It's interesting that as people leave podcasting, what happens? What happens to that space in people's calendar where they used to occupy that time and that weekly space, and people knew to come to them on a regular basis? What happens then? Do people leave podcasting as listeners? Like they go find something completely different? They take up bird watching or something? I don't know. Or do they find another show to replace the show that they used to be in love with? And what happens is, how do you find a replacement show when your favorite show goes away? There's many podcasts about podcasting. And I've noticed some of them have been guests on this show. I've noticed how they've gone through many rebrands, from directly talking about podcasting and how to podcast, as the name of this show aptly is called, to they rebrand themselves to something adjacent to podcasting, and then something completely different in the name of the show. But they continue to talk about podcasting, but it's not podcast focused. Okay, it's more, the podcast is an excuse to talk about mindset or money or parenting or your faith or something. And the podcast is kind of this, oh yeah, and we talk about podcasting. If you're looking for a podcast about podcasting that's continued to show up, continues to have legs into the future, like we're planning out episodes, we're planning on working our way through the content into the future, then this might be a great replacement for you if you're shopping for a podcast about podcasting. I'd love to have you here. Over the last, 500 plus episodes, we've had great guest co-hosts on the show. So you get to hear someone else's opinion other than Dave. We have these Daily Daves, which you're listening to right now. Well done. Good job. You found a Daily Dave. You deserve a prize. And then we have the solo episodes where I, Dave, will go into more detail around a topic in podcasting, maybe do a mini series or something around podcasting, go a little deeper than a short little mini episode like this. So this is the show for podcasters. And the beautiful thing is I don't work for a podcasting company, so you're not going to get my opinions kind of leaning towards my employer, right? I don't get paid to go to podcast conferences and sit at a booth, and all my airfare is covered and my meals in my hotel and the fees to go to the event. They're not covered by some employer that I work for and I podcast on the side. Nope. I don't have any of those ties, and I don't have any of those things keeping me from saying what I want to say on this show. I don't have a boss. Well, technically I do. My boss is you. I don't have ads. I'm self-funded. There's no commercials on any of my 9 different podcasts. And I do all this on my own. And one of the things I'm hearing from some of the people leaving podcasting, especially podcasters who podcast about podcasting, is they say that the majority of shows that teach podcasting, like the How to Podcast series, are funded by big companies in podcasting. And you really can't trust them because they're going to sell you something, because it's all about their business, their service, their hosting service. There's an underlying current of why the podcast exists. This show has no affiliation with anybody paying me to talk about podcasting. I am not making any money from any company for anything. And if this is an example, I've had companies reach out to this show and said, we want to sponsor your podcast. And they are big names in podcasting, tools that podcasters use and promote regularly. But I don't use the tool, I don't recommend the tool, and I don't like the tool. So I said no. Yeah, I could be making money right now promoting some service that I don't even like, using my podcast to make money from you, but I've chosen not to. Because it seems a little disingenuous to be here promoting a service I don't even use, and I don't like. So I don't have any ads, and I get emails all the time. You could be making money from your show. You should be in the top 1%. You should be all this listen notes stuff. I almost said a different word. Listen notes stuff, where you're going to be a top 1% podcast. Congratulations. What does that do for you? I don't know. You can put it on your website, but really. And this has always been a podcast about podcasting from an independent podcaster. And yes, I'm going to bring people on the show who have a service for podcasters. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring them on because they have value for you. I say no to many people who want to come on this show because they have no value for you. The service they're offering is something I don't use, I don't recommend, or I find them to possibly be harmful to what we're trying to build on the How to Podcast series. I built a podcast community on Meetup. Again, it's completely free for you. It cost me like $50 a month. I pay for it out of my own money from my job to create a community for you. And again, I'm not sponsored. Nobody's telling me what to tell you on the show. And I don't need permission from anyone to make my next episode. So if you're looking for a truly organic podcast about podcasting that's not riddled with affiliate links, it's not riddled with people using products just so they can get the affiliate money from you by promoting these things. If you're not looking for somebody who's rude on the microphone, who uses really bad examples in podcasting that is harmful to you, the audience. If you're looking for somebody who's not bashing people or bashing ways to podcast and telling you that if you're doing it this way, you're doing it wrong, then you're in the right place, because this show is never going to be like that. This is the How to Podcast series. I'm so glad you're here. If this is your first time here, there's a ton, as we said at the beginning, a crap ton of content here on this show. And you can go back and search. You can go back and look and see what we've done in the past. That's proof We're still here. We're still standing. We're still growing. And we're here to serve you. This is the How to Podcast series. Still podcasting after all these years. And still loving every minute of it. As far as I can see, we're not going anywhere. So if you're looking for a podcast about podcasting, or you know somebody who is, please share this podcast. Please go subscribe, follow, do all those things. You know what we do as podcasters. And head over to our YouTube channel. If you want to see Dave on camera, you can see Dave on camera. It's not a lot to look at. I'm just a guy. But if you want to go see what we're doing, then go to howtopodcast.ca. All our links are there, and I'd love for you to come join us. Continue the conversation. And if you need help with your show, howtopodcast.ca. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We're still here. We're still going. For you. Commercial free. Sponsor free. Boss free. It's your podcast about podcasting. And we're still here. Thanks for listening.